Happy Monday. It's Wemi here with your Monday dose of inspiration. Your opinion of me is none of my business. Embracing this one thought will strengthen you, it will transform you, and it will free you. One of the most fundamental lessons I've learned in this journey is that the more you dare to walk your path, the more you dream bigger, the more you dare to step outside of the norm, to use your gifts and thrive, the more you are vulnerable, the more you become exposed to other people's criticisms and opinions. We have a saying in the Yoruba culture in Nigeria, Anju won oshewi lejo, ija ilaro toboro. It's hard to translate it and not lose meaning, but what this basically means is that if you have a person that continuously puts down another, constantly states or shows their dislike for another person, and when you ask them why they don't like this person, they give you some ambiguous answer like, I just don't like him or her. If you dig deep enough, a lot of times what you'll find is envy. Now, let me tell you, there are many battles we fight as human beings, but the fight of jealousy, it's so obscure, silly, but it's very real. It's very difficult for a person to say that they don't like you because they're envious or jealous of you. Now, I don't want to diminish those words into the pettiness that's usually associated with them. The jealousy that I'm talking about requires compassion in response. It means that something in you has sparked a question in the other person. You have made them uncomfortable. It doesn't even necessarily mean that they want to be doing exactly what you're doing. It's more of a recognition of opportunity and potential that they have ignored in themselves. What I find interesting about those who criticize is that they're usually not doing much. I mean, have you ever met a hater that's doing better than you? What most people don't realize is that if you envy someone and react accordingly, it's like drinking poison and wishing the other person will die. The only person that you're hurting is yourself. You have no clue what it takes to be that person. And to be frank, you don't have the capacity to walk in their shoes. If you were meant to walk their journey, then you'd be doing it. Life gives each of us the path that we have the strength to tread. I overheard a conversation a while back. Someone was complimenting another person for doing great work on an assignment. A third person close to the conversation chimed in and said, well, she had a lot of help, so technically you should be congratulating the others. What was the point of that comment? Even if this person had all the help in the world, what was the benefit of cutting them down enough to take that moment away from them? Ultimately, it's not really about the injured party here. I don't believe that anyone can make you feel small unless you let them. I actually feel sorry for the aggressor in this scenario. I can guarantee that behind all that bravado lies insecurity, and right behind that, fear. Have you ever seen a tiny dog start yapping and growling the moment it sees a bigger dog? What's interesting is that the bigger dog usually doesn't react. It doesn't engage in the commotion because it knows its power and there's no need to prove it. It knows that empty barrels make the most noise. Vulnerability takes strength. Living your dream out loud at any stage requires focus, resilience, and a strong belief in yourself in spite of what others may think. For every piece of praise, there's a piece of criticism somewhere around the corner. I find that it's better not to get tied to either. This way, your happiness or peace is not dependent on things outside of the self. We all want acknowledgement that we're making a mark on this world. This is perfectly normal, but may I tell you something radical? Whether or not the world acknowledges you, life already recognizes you. The sun doesn't wait for you to say, "Good morning, sun, I acknowledge you," before it starts to shine. It doesn't cower at our criticisms that it's too hot, that it's not shining bright enough. It's the sun. It will rise and set in spite of our trivial opinions. If this message connected with you, comment below. Let me know what you think. If you're seeing one of my doses of inspiration for the first time and we're not connected, don't forget to follow or subscribe. Have a beautiful Monday and a beautiful week. I'll see you soon.